We're ready to have more fun with Dennis. Before we actually get into grinding away with tools and actually getting the old dust machine cranked up, we first really need to understand exactly how little 5 milligrams is in a cubic yard.
Cubic meter.
Or cubic meter,
You
which
know,
would actually be
39 point something inches, I don't know.
So roughly, let's say right about there, a cubic meter would be the distance from fingertip to fingertip.
Right.
And out this way the same, and then up this way the same. So
Right.
a big box.
A big box, correct.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay,
now
how much dust can we put in our big box?
5 milligram,
Which is?
which is very little. But the thing
Oh, you gotta do better than that. Show me 5 milligrams. I want to
What's
see
5
it.
milligrams?
but the thing of it is, that's always the answer that I always got from everybody. Oh, it can't be very much.
Right.
So what we did is in order to really define exactly how much or how little it is, whichever way you want to say it, is I had to get something in order for you and I could both be on the same page. And when I'm talking about woodworking dust, okay, woodworking dust, you may be thinking one thing, I'd be thinking of something else. So let's go with white flour. Now you and I are both thinking on the same page with white flour. So in order to make it the same as something that you and I can understand, let's go with the size of a dime. The same thickness and the same diameter of a dime. So that much white flour, if you was to take that much white flour and go up into a room 10 by 10 by 8 feet tall, so at 800 cubic feet, you have just maximized your dust out to 5
Are you listening to
milligrams
that
per
solid
cubic
surface
meter.
fabricators?
Okay, so really what we're saying is, I'm going to guess that would be pretty much about what we'd be talking about right there, right?
Yeah. Just like
So
that.
if I blew this up in the air,
Yeah.
Make a wish.
there you go. But if that's all we could have in this whole room, pretty much.
Well, this room's a little bigger than that, but close to it.
Close to it.
Yeah.
Close to it. Okay. So now we all know that our employees are going to
then,
sue us out of business.
This much is like a really lot.
Yeah, that's way over limit.
Okay, all
Okay,
Over limit.
Wow.
so basically, if we don't want our employees to sue us out of business and take our companies over from us, we need to do something to control this.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
Be a good idea. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I wasn't the one that wrote the rules, but it is something that you're breathing.
Like, I'm
You
going to own
see it
Specialty
hanging.
Tools.
You see it hanging here in the air. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's amazing.
millions of particles, dust particles that you can see hanging right there.
Wow. Okay.
So what we're doing is, we're wanting to demonstrate a
Getting
way
lightheaded.
of capturing a lot of this stuff before it ever gets the opportunity to go up into the breathing zone. OSHA says dust must be pulled away from an operator or down away from an operator, never up. Never up. Because you're pulling it right past their breathing zone.
Right.
And with the table, we're pulling it down. With the booth, we're pulling it away. And those are the two issues. The standards that OSHA says that's legal. And so that's the key.
And we all have to listen to OSHA
Well, unfortunately.
and the IRS.
If you got any employees, you do.
It's all government related.
That's right.
It's
Absolutely.
all government related.
That's right.
Again, we go back to government.
So how does this work? It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, turn it on, sucks dust out of it, down into here, back into here. We've got this one designed for a lot of solid surface, actually for any application, whether it's cabinets, cabinet doors or anything application. We've got dust that goes down into here, goes into the filters. The filters clean it, and the clean air comes right back out at the floor.
Now, does this really have to draw the air hard to work efficiently, to work well?
Well, you got to pull it down fast enough and hard enough to pull the dust down that you're creating. Again, we're talking about negative air. Negative air does not move, nothing like positive air does. If you're hot in the summertime, which side of the fan do you stand on? You stand on the positive side. Which one's moving the most air? They're equal, but you can't feel the negative air. And that's what everything we're working with. We're working with negative air in order to suck dust away from the operator.
Turn it on. I want to try it.
Let's give her a try.
I want to play with it.
Oh! No, it's really not quite that good.
Oh, wait a minute. Gotta get my goggles on.
You want me to help you with that?
Almost forgot. You gonna put yours on?
That's right.
All right. Ta-da! Those are great. I like those.
They are? Okay.
I
Right.
love them, man.
All right. Ken promised he'd hold it for me while I did this. Look at that. It's all just getting sucked away. That's really amazing. That is outrageous. It's all gone.
The key is You know, you'll still have some on a table surface where there's no air movement.
Well, yeah,
But
if
you
you're
never
not
get in the
breathing it.
breathing zone.
You're not breathing it.
That's the only thing we're interested in is breathing
Wow.
zone.
So does it work up here too?
Well, I
Look
noticed
at that. Look
both
at that.
ways. Gets it both ways, front and back.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh man, if I had one of these when I had a shop, I used to come home, my nose was just solid crusted. That's great.
So you could easily stand like cabinet doors right up on here
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
finish them out that way.
Absolutely.
Now what about routing? I saw we have this shield on the back of here.
For routing chips, all you got to do is basically stop them, prevent them. You know, because you're routing so fast, the chips are coming off there so fast. All you got to do is have a barrier to stop them, and then let the machine suck the dust down in there.
Hey, hold on a second. Let's try something here. Turn the machine off.
Well, I don't want to breathe this stuff.
Turn the machine off. Here, I'll do it then.
Nah, I will.
I'll tell you, I didn't get any of the dust, but I got the
Just
big chunks.
Turn it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's bad when you get the big chunks.
Yeah,
I know.
You're in a chunky world,
All
ain't
right,
you?
let's see what this is like without it. Oh, wow.
That was enough.
Okay, now let me
Now I'm
try
getting the
let me
dust,
try
too.
this a second too, just to give you an idea of how much dust we're talking about. Now it's all gone.
Yeah, you can just see it roll right over the edge.
Oh, I'll
right
tell
down these
you,
vents.
if I was an employee, I would almost demand to have one of these.
So you don't work.
No.
You've heard that rumor,
No.
have
I've heard that.
That's great. That's great. Do this once more. Let me see that. That's really amazing.
you? And really, the only reason the big chunks can get away from here is they have enough size and inertia to drive them past the reach of the. Do you have any sandpaper on that?
Huh?
Do you have any sandpaper?
Yeah, 80 grit.
That's amazing. You don't see any dust.
That's great, Dennis. That's great. Did you develop these things?
Yes. Design every one of them.
Wow.
Now, what actually makes this machine run? I mean, we've seen that it's able to pull certainly the dust in without any problem at all. And he's got this great work surface, which is almost kind of rubberized.
Yeah, urethane rubber.
So it actually takes and it gives you a good surface to work on if you're doing sanding. Your stuff isn't just going to spin, away from you freely. But we can see the dust going down the vents. We can see it start to roll over the table and disappearing. Where's it going?
We have a filtration system in there, cartridge filters. Go ahead and open that up, John. Those are two big cartridge filters. Again, they clean down to a half a micron with a 99% efficiency.
Now these are relatively new because the last machines didn't have these, did these?
Oh, we've had cartridge filters for 10 years.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
All right.
And they also clean by push button or automatic, depending on the type of machine. As the dust is formed to the filter, there's a large air tank inside there. When you push a button, it blasts air into the filter.
So we would have to have this hooked up to air?
Yeah, compressed air.
Can we do that and show the folks?
Yeah, but we're not going to pulse it.
Because it would
No,
blow
not while
dust
it's open.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But we can show it closed.
Well, we can do it on the other one. It'd be easier.
Okay.
And
This is the tray.
so then you got your dust, and your dust falls to this drawer below.
Oh, look, at parts fall on too.
Yeah, that's the key to keep unwanted people into here.
Uh-huh. And what's in there?
That's
That's the secret.
that's the secret of the
That's where the
machine.
little man lives.
I want to see what's in there.
Yeah, that's really where the
Now, which machine did we get? Did we get the pulsating one or the cheap one?
This is the pulsating one.
Oh, good. All right, I just was curious if we got a good one or a cheap one.
Well, I've never opened this door.
You never. Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
The first time it sticks when
Yeah.
you get them from the factory. There you go. Oh, look at that.
But, yeah,
There's
you got-
more parts laying there.
Yeah, you got the motor and the fan. You got the sound foam.
Cool.
Leave that in there. Leave that in
Or
there.
leave that in there. Okay.
I know exactly where that's at.
Oh, okay.
And so anyhow, that's the basically the suction part of it. We do not use forward curved blade fans, or some people call them squirrel cage fans. We use backward inclined blade fans.
Now, Dennis, how does that motor cool itself?
There's enough air in there to keep the motor going.
Okay, and now is dust a problem as far as the life of the motor and maintaining it?
No, dust is not, because everything's filtered before it goes there.
Okay,
And see, an exhaust air is going out the floor.
okay.
So the only thing that this motor ever is exposed to is dust that is a half a micron or smaller, and which is some. I mean, there are some dust that goes through these filters, and but it's very, very little, very little.
What's this machine weigh?
Well, it weighs a whole lot less.
If it's not filled with granite.
Had 200 pounds of stone in
They
it.
unloaded on the truck and they forgot all that granite.
granite
from the
was in there?
stove was laying in there.
Well, that had a little bit of weight to it.
Yeah.
And we
yeah.
unloaded it by hand, and boy, oh man, this thing is heavy.
No,
But
seriously.
seriously, this machine does weigh about 650 pounds.
Okay, all right. But it's on wheels,
It's on wheels.
so you can move it around easily. You want me to throw that back in here so we don't lose it?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
And now that side goes up just like this side. We
Yep.
just happen to have a big screen on here.
Right, just for a barrier.
So
Now,
people
that
could
was just
easily
so you
work
could
on
route
both
against
ends.
that without
That's
it throwing
yeah,
off the
that's,
side.
That's the only thing. We can just take this off and.
Now, would you call this a two-man table and people could work on opposite ends?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're not working next to you.
Yeah.
That's true.
So.
You know, we have 6 minutes to break. We're keeping
do?
track this time.
6 minutes to break. Wow.
Break what?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to wait and see.
We may break something.
I'm going to wait and see.
But
Well,
so this simple really, the maintenance on it is extremely low.
Yeah.
How often do you have to replace those cartridges, or do they just
The
go forever?
replacement, on the average, average using them for woodworking, solid surface industry like that, they should get between 1 and 2 years of life out
Okay.
of a set of filters. And the replacement cost on filters like that will run about $130 each.
So you're talking a year and a half average.
Yeah, and
And
that's
about-
running 6 to 8 hours a day.
Where do you buy the filters?
You can buy them through us, or you can buy them through any other filter company.
Okay.
There's a lot of filter companies out there. We always use standard size filters.
Or they could buy them through Specialty Tools, who would buy
Yep.
them through Dennis.
That's right.
Thank you.
So. But we do a lot of custom building. We specially design a lot of machines for different issues and different jobs. We do a lot for the government, and we have.
We do a lot for the government, too.
Yeah, we send a lot of money. Yeah, it's always
we
nice to do a
send
big
them all kinds of money.
do a nice big government job.
Yeah.
Hey, we get part of our money back. Yeah.
So when you sell these to the government, do you get to mark them up like 600 or 700%?
No.
No?
I wish. Government pays the same
No,
thing.
it's toilet seats that are that expensive.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
Things like
that's
these,
right.
they watch the numbers on.
And how many of these machines have you actually made?
Second week in February, we sent out our 6,000th machine.
And that's in how many
6,000
years?
machines.
15 years.
Wow.
Wow, that's really
incredible.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And we have one company in Nashville, Tennessee, Gibson Guitars, has 78 of our machines.
Wow.
That's the highest number of one company.
That's
We've got
a
a
lot.
lot of companies got 20 and 30 machines. A lot of
great.
That's
companies.
incredible. The well, I know we're getting pretty close here to coming up against the wall on our second break, and I know I'm really excited about what people are going to see next.
What are they going to see next?
The big blue wall.
The big
if
blue
you're from
wall.
Boston, everybody's used to the big green wall, the green monster. Here, we've got the blue monster now.
The Green Monster.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
You never heard about the green monster? I couldn't sleep for years until I found out what that
Hey,
was.
honey, do you know anything about the Green Monster?
Yeah.
Obviously not a baseball fan.
No, okay. Okay. Baseball.
Yeah, something to do with Fenway Park, but
Okay. All right.
but now we're going to have a blue monster here in the studio.
Okay. That's right. The big blue wall.
I was tired of seeing you guys eating all that dust when you're cleaning down, blowing
Yes.
down.
Absolutely.
Once
And
again, I'm only looking to get ownership of a company here, so you're not helping me.
Well, the whole key of it is, we really don't want somebody to benefit from suing somebody.
We're
No.
going to go to break just a couple minutes early.
Okay, and that'll be good.
Since we're just kind of mulling around here trying to get through.
We're just kind of freestyling.
Timing
right
is
now.
everything, folks.
But as soon as we get back, we're going to hit the Big Blue there. And
I'm going to hit the head.
And that's more than I wanted to know. With that, I guess we can go to a 4-minute. Is 4 minutes enough time? Or shall we run another commercial? We're going to have to start going code. 1 or 2.
Break coming up, right? Okay.
1 or 2.
All right.
We'll be back in a minute.